Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today I'm going to take you through a quick full body mobility session. You can do this routine pretty much every single day to help improve your mobility and combat those nagging aches and pains you may have in your upper back, neck, hips, ankles, whatever you got going on. There's probably something in here that would at least help create more range of motion and more purposeful movement. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into it. So we'll get started. I'm going to start in a seated position, but feel free to do this standing or seated in a chair. Doesn't really matter. We'll bring it down to the floor at some time, so I'll let you know when to do that. Alright, so whichever position you're in, go ahead and just drop your shoulders, relax your jaw. You're going to drop your chin down toward your chest. Really pull it down. You're going to swipe your chin across your collarbone to one shoulder. Really try and create that stretch in the side of the neck by lifting as far as you can without pain. Then you're going to take your chin up and over as if you're drawing a rainbow over to your other shoulder. Swipe it across down to the middle and keep going in that direction. We're going to do 5 reps. Focus on moving mindfully and intentionally, trying to create strength and stretch through these positions. Really focus on breathing through the tension. You might get some snaps and pops in the back of the neck, that's okay, as long as there's no pain. If you do have pain, just scale the movement back and maybe don't draw your circle quite as big. Work with whatever range of motion you currently have. We'll go ahead and switch sides. We'll go the other way. To the other shoulder. As far as you can, pain-free, all the way over. Really try and isolate this movement to your neck and try not to move around too much while you're doing this. We'll do one more. Nice. Next, we'll move down the body to the shoulders. So I want you to sit up nice and tall. Pull your shoulders up toward your ears. Think pull back, pinch the shoulder blades. Pull the shoulders down. Pull the shoulder blades apart and roll forward. And keep rolling through that circle. Come up, back, down, apart. Focus on staying long through your spine and really trying to feel your shoulder blades moving across the back of your rib cage. We'll go one more. All right, we'll go ahead and do that in reverse. So keep the shoulders down, pull back, pinch the shoulder blades, pull up towards your ears, apart and down. Think about just making a big circle. Nice. Next, we'll move on to the wrist. I'm going to go ahead and just do one side at a time so I can really focus on improving this mobility. So keep your elbow tucked in close. Your forearm should be straight out. I'm going to grab my arm with my other one. I'm going to go ahead and just make a fist to start. I want to prevent my forearm from rotating either way. And I'm just going to draw the biggest circle I can with my wrist. You might feel some snapping and popping. Really try and prevent that forearm from rotating. We'll go 5 each direction. You can always do more though, if you kind of work through some tight spots you may have in there. You may not realize how tight it can get from scrolling through Instagram or whatever you're on, or just being on the computer all day. It can really tighten up some of this tissue. All right, go ahead and shake that out. We'll go to the other side. So biggest circle you can. You may find there's some differences in your strength and coordination from side to side. Go ahead and shake those wrists out. Next, we'll come down to our hands and knees. We're gonna roll through some cat-cows. If you're familiar with yoga, we're just gonna be getting some nice purposeful movement through our spine. So, here in all fours position, keep your spine long. Think about pulling your sternum and belly button toward the floor as you lift your chin, chest, tailbone. Take a big breath right here. And then we'll reverse, tuck the chin, tailbone, pull the sternum up towards the ceiling. And we'll keep flowing through this for 5 reps. All right, you can go ahead and shake out your hands. We'll be coming back down to that all 4 position. Next, we're gonna go through some thoracic rotations. So now we'll be tucking one arm under the chest, thread it all the way through, drop the side of your head to the floor, and then you'll rotate open, reach toward the ceiling, try and get your shoulders stacked. It's okay if you can't go quite that far yet. You'll just thread back under. Take a few breaths in each position. Push, open up, create strength and stretch with the movement. We'll do 5 on each side. Go ahead and switch. Thread the arm under the chest, drop the side of your head to the floor. Then push, open up, try and stack the shoulders. You're always trying to reach all the way through your fingertips as if you're trying to grab something that's really far away. Remember, try not to push into any painful positions. Always scale back the movement to match where you're at today. sit your hips back towards your heels and walk your hands out nice and long in front of you. We're gonna take 5 big breaths right here. Really focus on creating length and reaching as far as you can. Go ahead and walk your hands over to the right side. Really push into the floor through this left arm to create a big stretch down the left side body. And take another 5 breaths. Go ahead and walk your hands over to the other side. Now pushing through that right side to open up the side body. Another 5 breaths. All right, and then we'll go ahead and flip over to our hips. This is one of my personal favorites. So sit up nice and tall on your hips, get your feet wide, try and keep the bottoms of your feet on the floor. You can go ahead and put your hands behind you, keep your chest nice and tall, try and keep your shoulders squared up to the front, and pull your knees down to the floor. You should feel a big rotation right in both hip joints. Bring it back to the middle, pull down to the other side. We'll go ahead and do 5 to each side. You can keep your hands behind you or make it a little bit more active, sitting tall, keeping that same proud chest, but just moving without your hands on the floor. Really focus on trying to grip the ground with your feet, pulling your knees down and creating that tension and that motion through your hips. You really want to focus on keeping that spine as long as you can and not compensating by arching the back and collapsing into yourself. Nice. Next, go ahead and lay down and we'll just do some hip bridges. So from here, think about pulling your rib cage down to your spine, keeping that pelvis nice and neutral. Push your feet through the floor, squeeze the glutes to lift those hips into extension. Try not to compensate by arching your back into extension. You want to focus on the hips right here. So we'll hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down, we'll do 4 more of those. Really want to focus on squeezing those glutes, creating that tension in the glutes and hamstrings. You might even feel that little stretch right here in the front of the hip. Let's do 1 more. right, let's go ahead and come to seated. Go ahead and hug one of your thighs, and we're gonna draw circles with our ankle, kind of like we did with our wrist earlier. So focus on creating motion through the ankle rather than trying to make it bigger by moving through your toes. We'll go 5 in each direction. Feel free to do more though, if you feel like you need it. Go ahead and switch. Good. Other side, same thing, big circles coming from the ankle. You might be getting some snapping and crunching in there. I know I am. Making quite a bit of noise today. Really try and stay intentional in feeling those muscles contracting in your lower leg, and really creating strength through these end ranges. There we go. All right, that is all I have for you today. Feel free to run through that again. Feel free to run through this every single day. This is just a good way to get some more purposeful movement into your lifestyle, improve your mobility, and improve just your overall movement and health. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, leave me some comments, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys.